Happy Thanksgiving from New York. It's Big East Shootaround. We're tipping it off. Jay Alter, John Fanta from the couch, sort of a home style.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Big East Digital Network today on Fox Sports Go, Facebook Live, Twitter Live, and you got to say, just look, it's the holidays already. Sit back, relax, talk Big East hoops.
This is one of the best weeks of the season,
It
too.
is. Feast week.
You turn on TV, there's a game on.
Yeah, yesterday we were just watching hoops, watching Big East hoops.
Not to mention they brought in turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes. We were feasting on hoops and food.
It was the real deal. And really a loaded week. Most of our teams playing in these Thanksgiving week tournaments. It's been a lot of fun. And the Big East folks off to a really strong start. People are already saying, Jay Billis yesterday on ESPN, the strongest conference in the country. Got to prove it on the court, and they're doing it thus far.
Let's look at that fast start to the season in the fastest 2 minutes of the last week. And we are starting off with the Gavitt tip-off games.
The Iron Kind in Wisconsin. What a win for Xavier. On the road, a tough environment, and Trayvon Blewett took over.
The red of Wisconsin in the Kohl Center turned blue. And then the exclamation point.
Makura with the flush. And I got to say, revenge best served cold. Alley-oops flying in St. John's.
Carnesecca Arena, as Brian Custer said, was turning into Rucker Park.
Simon says, dunk.
Boom. Johnny's with a statement over Nebraska. They now head to the Advocare Invitational. Chris Mullin, Shamorie Ponds, they're coming up on Shootaround.
Creighton, a really impressive week for the Blue Jays. A couple of ranked wins. This team playing really good to start the season.
Mitch Ballin Ballack looks beyond his years. That's just a freshman, folks.
Wow.
Swift as can be. Blue Jays taking down UCLA and Kansas City. And then Kyrie Taz Thomas had the Jays out to an early lead on Baylor. But the Bears, they put it together to just take down the Blue Jays by a couple.
Out to Maui. Hey, why aren't we there in Hawaii? A nice little trip.
Body.
Steve Wojo.
Right?
I'll pass. We've got Marquette. And look, they're going to live or die by the three.
That's the way that they play, and they spread it out to beat VCU. Golden Eagles, they fell yesterday, but in the third place game with LSU tonight.
And that's going to be a good one. The Wildcats now in the top 5 in the nation. They've got Western Kentucky today in the battle for Atlantis. Jalen Brunson, preseason player of the year, showing why early, just has this Villanova team really well oiled.
It's Big Cat time. I'm talking about Tyler Weidman.
Whew, send it in.
And now some Swiss cheese. Do you like cheese on your mashed potatoes?
No, just give me some gravy.
Miles Powell and Seton Hall, they're in the NIT tip-off, which starts tomorrow, taking on Rhode Island, and then either Virginia or Vanderbilt in Brooklyn.
Who are you most impressed with? It's early, but give me a team or a player that's really stuck out in these Thanksgiving games.
There's no doubt it's Creighton. They just jump off the screen, Jay. People thought they'd take a step back. Really not having an answer at point guard, losing Justin Patton. There were so many questions to answer. And one thing that Greg McDermott said in the preseason was, well, I think that we've got multiple guys that could answer the questions, but I'm just not sure who. Guess what? Those multiple guys, Tyshawn Alexander, the Big East Freshman of the Week, Mitch Ballack, they've answered those questions.
I'll tell you, I am really looking forward to the Battle for Atlantis bracket. If you look at it, we could have a Villanova-Arizona all-Wildcats final. What a great test that would be for Villanova. It's not a given, though. Wildcats, Nova, they got to play a tough Purdue team that took down Marquette earlier this season.
Let's take a look at some of the teams at those Thanksgiving tournaments. Fast break time, folks. Marquette with some surfing. You ever surf?
Yes, surfed in Costa Rica. Did quite well, actually. This is a lot of fun. Little hula.
Yeah, little hula is right. And Golden Eagles learning it. A lot warmer in Hawaii than Milwaukee.
Wow. Is that picturesque? The battle for Atlantis. And then Xavier on the Strip in Vegas.
Makura Mania in Vegas?
Where would you want to be?
Of those three?
Yeah. Well, at all the tournaments.
Well,
you could be with
I'll tell
St.
you
John's
what.
at the Advocare.
Yeah, so last year I had the pleasure of going to the Pearl Harbor Invitational.
Right.
And so we tried surfing, and I got cut up by the coral.
Oh.
So for me, I've never been to Vegas. I'd love to go to Vegas.
He's going to be with the Musketeers. Send me the Bahamas with the Wildcats.
Musketeers get their action underway against George Washington tomorrow on FS1. Meanwhile, the champs were in Queens yesterday.
Yes. The Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. Of course, there's the Chris Mullin connection, one of the Warriors' all-time greats, and using the practice facilities at St. John's. Really cool. Really cool.
Yeah, the Red Storm getting ready to go to Orlando, but when the champs come, you got to
delay the flight
a little
bit.
bit.
Yeah. Hey, push it back.
Absolutely. Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, could you see the Johnnies surrounding them, the dunk action?
Yeah, they got to, actually, KD and Steph, they got to be impressed. If you're looking at the highlights, those dunks off the backboard, Simon throwing it down. I will say, out of all those shooters in the gym, Chris Mullin, he's still got the best stroke. He's got it better than Steph, better than KD, that lefty, nothing better.
Speaking of good shooters, there's been one on fire here in New York, as we'll be highlighting Big East alums that are now in the NBA. McBuckets is on a roll. Doug McDermott with a great performance against the Clippers.
From beyond the arc, 5 of 7, taking down LA. He's got a chance to make a real impact to this Knicks team. They need him to put up points, and he did just that. And when you play well in New York, you get a little FaceTime.
That's right.
Back page.
2013-14 Big East Player of the Year, National Player of the Year for Creighton, and it's been a nice week for the McDermotts as a whole.
It has. Doug's got to be happy with how his team's playing.
As Doug?
Yeah, it all started in the Big East, because, before that, I was at a smaller school, smaller conference, and once we joined the Big East, it was more on a national stage, and be able to play in Madison Square Garden, and everything like that helps you build your brand, and I think that really helped me.
There it is.
There he is from New York. That was back at Freshman Fundamentals. He just joined us on the show, and there he is.
King of New York.
Wait, where's the rest of the paper, though?
Well, we're going to hang this up in our office.
Oh, okay.
Right there.
I wanted to read the other clippings.
5 threes. Keep it going.
Daily Newsreader?
Yeah, over the Post. I'm Daily News over Post. I am.
Come on now. Come on. You know what? It is Feast Week, and Thanksgiving brings out great moments in these tournaments.
It does.
And while we're on Wednesday, we still do have a TBT. With the Maui Championship game tonight, we look back at an instant classic in Maui. One, now a Big East member, facing a long-time Big East member, longer than them, in Marquette and Butler. Let's flash back to this classic.
You guys need to get over to the Civic Center. Let's get this tournament started, and let's see if our captain, can you take us in ashore, please?
Which way to Hilton Head? I don't know where I am.
Welcome to Feast Week, presented by Lowe's, and from the Lahaina Civic Center. It's quarterfinal action of the 2012 EA Sports Maui Invitational. The Butler Bulldogs taking on the Marquette Golden Eagles.
And their legs has been outstanding.
Vander Blue got it. All net on a 3. Marvelous play. Marshall's ahead of everybody. Up he goes for the slam. He's hitting the deck for Butler. Blue in the lane. Difficult shot, but he made it again. Roosevelt Jones. Done it. Zips it for Smith. Yes, and a foul as well. Andrew Smith to the line. In midcourt, 3 seconds left. Clark shovels it up there. He hit it! He hit the shot! Wow! He hit it! Are you kidding me? Butler wins it! Are you kidding me? Rodney Clark at the buzzer! And Butler in a heart stopper defeats Marquette.
That's what Feast Week is all about. College basketball teams, really, you're getting a little March Madness here in November over Thanksgiving. Shots like that get replayed throughout the college basketball season. And already, we've had some teams do really well in their preseason tournaments. You're looking at St. John's and Providence right now. John Fanta talked to Ed Cooley after a big win in New York, winning the tip-off there. And he also talked to Chris Mullin about their Advocare Invitational coming up this week. Take a look.
Coach, what have the last 2 nights told you about your team?
Well, I liked our depth in the last couple of games. I thought we played with a sense of purpose and urgency. Had to play 2 totally different styles against the zone that we had to get better at. But I thought we shared the ball. Our depth really showed, and if we can just bottle this up against Belmont, I'll be really happy.
What's enabled Makai Ashton Langford to make such an immediate impact for this program?
Well, going against Kyron every day and going against Alpha and, you know, Drew and Malik, he's going against some established guys, some veteran guys, some really thick bodies. So hopefully he continues to improve. You know, he only played 7 minutes yesterday. He had the best plus-minus minutes in the first half yesterday. But our gut told us to go with our veterans and see if we can get it over the top, and he came back today. Goes to tell you the type of young man that he is.
To hoist a trophy inside the world's most famous arena, where you'll be in March, what does that do for this group?
Well, we hope we come back in a Big East tournament come March and bottle that up, play well, play with a sense of purpose. That's why we wanted to. Anytime we have an opportunity to play in this building, it's great for our fans that are down in this area. I thought we had a decent crowd. Hopefully we get familiar and try to win another championship come March.
Kyron, what was behind such a dominant performance in the championship game?
I think it was just, you know, our team came out, we played together, we played well, played with a lot of confidence. I thought our young guys really stepped up tonight, brought a lot of contributions, and, you know, we've been going at it hard a lot in practice. You know, I always talk a lot of smack to my young guy, Makai, but, you know, I always play hard in practice to try to push him. And I see what he can do in practice, and I just tried to put confidence in him tonight, and he really played well.
How do you and Makai complement each other?
Very well. You know, it allows us to play at a much faster pace. One guy doesn't have to push up the ball. We can have multiple people run up the court, which helps us play to our identity, which is playing fast and getting out and running.
When you look at this week as a whole, it started with a hard-fought loss to Minnesota. To come back with 2 strong nights, what's it say about this group?
I think it pays a lot to our coaches. You know, all the hard work that they put in, all the scouting. I thought that we slipped up the other night. You know, they pretty much gave us what Minnesota did to a T, but we didn't really pay attention, you know, and we had to come together as a team first. And then, you know, we've been really locked in the last couple nights, and, you know, fortunately we came out on top.
Nice to hoist a trophy at the world's most famous arena, too.
It's not the one we really want.
They'll be back in March for that one. Kyron, congrats.
Thank you.
Coach, what can you take with you to Orlando to have success there?
Yeah, we've been playing better defense as of late, and that's going to be important for us. You know, I think we're going to be a team that's going to figure out how to score the ball. It's really going to be important for us to, you know, have our guards control the ball, put pressure, you know, for 40 minutes on the ball handlers, and then play good team defense. Make sure our help side is in the right place, and anticipate everything on defense.
I mean, I think together as a team, we've been communicating better. We all been coming together as a team. So I feel like if we play as a unit, we could play with anybody in the country.
What kind of an opportunity does the Advocare Invitational present for you?
Yeah, we're going to play some good teams, no question. So I was just talking about the schedule laid out, so we know who, you know, we're going to play Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. So we got Oregon State first, and we'll see what happens after that. But yeah, so playing good opponents is always good.
I mean, we just want to keep the same tempo that we had defensively and offensively. I mean, I think we've been playing great defensively, so we just want to keep the same pace and tempo going into Orlando.
As you've brought in your players now in year 3, how much more comfortable are you with this program, and do you feel your players more comfortable with St. John's?
Yeah, I think both of us have grown together. You know, I think there's anytime you know, the word team means there's some continuity and some chemistry and some wins and losses and, you know, some tough practices and things like that. So we're finally getting that experience of all those things together, and hopefully we'll put it to good use.
Having that 1 year under our belt, I mean, is a great thing, especially in the Big East, the toughest conference in NCAA. So I mean, it's just we just got that experience. I mean, we confident. This is a big test for us. I mean, I think we're gonna go out there and get it done, and we're gonna have fun. That's number one.
Yeah, you're going to have fun. This group, it seems like you guys are having fun collectively. How have you grown that bond?
I mean, it's pretty much off the court. I mean, together, we hang together, hang out. I mean, if we ain't playing together on the court, we off the court with each other. So, I mean, it's just like a family over here.
All right, before I let you go, you're going down to Orlando. Disney's there. You have a favorite Disney movie growing up?
Not really. No, my favorite movie of all time is The Wizard of Oz.
If you could be a character, who would you be? There's Tin Man, there's Lion, there's...
One of the Munchkins, the Lollipop Kids.
At the Altar, Thanksgiving edition. Get your turkey day started with Big East Hoops at the Altar. Somebody's already cutting into the apple pie.
This is really good. Unbelievable.
All right.
We got no vanilla ice cream in the freezer.
I know.
What do you got for us?
All right. We got giving thanks. This is what it's all about, folks. We got the big board. You know I like the big board here at the altar. All 10 Big East teams, I'm saying what they should be thankful for on the holiday of thanks. And we're going to start with the Butler Bulldogs. You think of family coming together. And for Butler, they lose Chris Holtman. They keep plugging right along. The Butler way keeps rolling. LaVal Jordan gets plugged in. Kamar Baldwin and company, they are not missing a beat. And you have to be thankful for it because they have the infrastructure in place there in Indy to just keep on rolling. Number 2, the Creighton Blue Jays. Friends, fans, you got to be thankful for the support. Did you see them in Kansas City? It was all blue. The Blue Jays dominate. They come to MSG Big East Tournament Week. And, of course, one of the toughest places to play in the conference. They have the support and the fans backing them. Got to be thankful for their backbone and the fans. We move to DePaul. Look, you come home, and for DePaul in Chicago, it's a new home in WINTRUST Arena. A little upgrade. You got to be thankful for that. What a game that was against Notre Dame to get it started, and it's going to be rocking for the Blue Demons. WINTRUST Arena, a new home, a lot to be thankful for. And on the topic of home, Georgetown, a homecoming, reunions, homecoming. That's what Thanksgiving is all about. And Georgetown, well, it's the homecoming of one of their best players, their best player in Patrick Ewing, off to a 3-0 start. I'm high on the Hoyas, and Patrick Ewing, you got a lot to be thankful for with him at the head of Georgetown. All right, let's keep it rolling here. Marquette, the Golden Eagles. It's not family, it's the three-point line. A lot to be thankful for there. Look, they're going to live and die by the three, but when they are stroking it from beyond the arc, they are going to be unstoppable. Thank you to the invention of the three-point line. Give thanks, Marquette fans. All right, Friartown, Ed Cooley. A lot of people are writing in that Providence should be thankful for their head coach. All our teams should be thankful for their head coaches. But how about the dynamic duo at point guard? How many teams across the country can you say have a freshman and a senior as good as Mekhi Ashton Langford and Kyron Cartwright? What a 1-2 punch that the Friars have at the ball handling position. To St. John's, dunks! That's what you got to be thankful for. They're a human highlight reel every time they take the court. This one's my favorite. Justin Simon, you got to love it. Dunks, St. John's fans, be very thankful your team can throw it down. Seton Hall, a special senior class, 4 years that these players have given Pirates fans plenty to be happy about. Angel Delgado, of course, leading the way. Give thanks to this senior class. This is the last ride you fans have with them. For Xavier, another senior. Trayvon Blewett, Musketeers fans have to give thanks to one of the best players in the conference and the country. And wrapping it up, Villanova, a lot to be thankful for, a national championship. But how about the Philly sports teams right now? The Eagles, red hot. People are saying Super Bowl bound. The Sixers, the process has been trusted. Everybody seems to be winning, and I think it's going to roll right in to Villanova basketball season. You're used to Villanova carrying the torch when it comes to winning in Philadelphia. Now they're getting a little help, getting the fly under the radar a little bit, and the Wildcats, they're going to keep it going. That's who I'm giving thanks for in our 10 Big East basketball teams. John, you polished off the pie.
Oh, yeah. At the Altar was fantastic. This is the best At the Altar ever. Really, this is the best segment we've ever done. I got to eat.
Who are you thankful for, besides the pie?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm thankful that Big East basketball's back because the football team I root for is 0-10.
Hugh Jackson, it's 1 in 25?
Fine. But thankful for family
yes.
and friends, everybody back in Cleveland. That's where I'm from. Happy Thanksgiving to my family and friends. I haven't been able to get home for Mom's turkey, so happy Thanksgiving to my family. What about you?
I've got to be thankful for our family here at the Big East Digital Network. Brad Zach, Ujosh Patel, Rick Gentile, of course you. I mean, we have a lot of fun giving you Big East Hoops shoot-around every week, but it's a lot to be thankful for. They do all the tough work behind the scenes.
No doubt, partner. And we're also thankful for Big East tournament tickets. But before we get to that, we asked fans what they're thankful for and a popular response.
Ed Cooley. Friar fans love Ed. You have to be thankful for Ed Cooley. Let's keep it rolling there. If you're thankful for something, write it in. There are the 3 Ed Cooley responses. So much to be thankful for. Shamorie Ponds.
Oh my gosh, explosive guard. I mean, just can do it all. He can break you down. He can hit the 3. He's going to be swift to watch in Orlando this week.
Oh, this feast week continues to roll on.
Go. Somebody's really thankful for the Big East. And you know what? I look at it, talking to people in just the last week, the statements that this conference has made. Everybody thought going in, Jay, Villanova, Xavier, Seton Hall have Final Four potential. But the teams in the middle could take a step back. If the last week's shown anything, it's that the conference's depth is equal, if not greater, than last year. Creighton,
Marquette, Butler, Providence, all making statements and continuing to do so. St. John's an opportunity at the Advocare Invitational. You were teeing us up. We've got ticket sales on the horizon. And also, we had a special guest stop by yesterday.
We did. That's exactly right, Jay. Big East tournament tickets are on sale now. We've got to look at what you can expect in March. But first, we had a 40-minute conversation with Steve Lavin. That'll be up on our podcast channel on YouTube. But here is a little bit of a glimpse of what you can expect of the Big East tournament through a former coach's eyes.
Is there any more pie left?
Well, first off, it's such an honor to be in the Big East tournament. The energy in New York City that week is palpable. Even in the weeks building up to the Big East tournament, you can feel the momentum and the anticipation of college basketball being played in Madison Square Garden, because New Yorkers love their basketball. If you go back the history of the old Garden and the history of this conference and the history of basketball in New York City, is really special, elite. And so as a coach, it's about trying to win games, but also really enjoying the moment and not taking it for granted, and being grateful that you get to participate in such a special event that's got such great history, and all the coaches and players, officials, right, that blazed the trail before us that allowed us to now enjoy it.
You can hear the roar from the floor, stadium to the streets, thundering from their feet, feel a joy from their seats. The best fans in the world, the audience can compete. The best of the best, the Big East on MSG. I was born to be victorious, most definitely victorious.
The Big East Tournament at Madison Square Garden. Tickets on sale November 29th.
I was so excited for the tournament that I said now, November the 29th, folks. November the 29th, the March to MSG is on, and Big East tournament tickets go on sale November 29th. March can't come soon enough.
Well, that promo gets you excited for the best week in the entire calendar.
That's right. We did ask for your questions, and we did get a couple in here. One that I thought was really interesting was most surprising player in the league. And we had a tough time because in this conference, there's so many seniors, we haven't been surprised by what they're doing.
Right, and also we've been following the conference year-round, so we're prepared for a breakout player. But those Creighton freshmen, they're stepping up in a big, big way. We knew they would be good. I didn't know if they'd be this battle-tested this early.
One guy that stood out to me, Seton Hall, is just full of seniors. So how can somebody step in and be a role player? Well, Miles Kale, the freshman, we had him in our dunk contest last week. He has found a role on this team. He offers them backcourt versatility, and he's explosive.
And I'll say, yes, it is a weaker schedule, but this Georgetown team has impressed me.
Okay.
They've taken care of business. They're 3-0. They're playing in a different style. They were really half-court focused. They're getting out in transition. Jesse Govan really looks to be growing under the mentorship of fellow big man superstar Patrick Ewing. I know it's tough to say when they're playing the teams they are, but I think you have to start to think about the Hoyas as a team that could steal some games come Big East play.
Ewing versus Boeheim, Georgetown, Syracuse, and D.C. just a couple weeks away. All right, you ready for Thanksgiving? So what is on the altar plate tomorrow? What do you like to do?
Well, first of all, Turkey Bowl. So it's a little football. Darien, New Canaan High School. It's been going on 100 years.
Could you use an offensive lineman?
Football. Well, actually, an offensive lineman that played in the game last year, currently a freshman at Michigan. So there's some big-time players here.
Remember, last time you did a physical activity, you broke your collarbone.
I did. I won't be playing.
What?
It's the two high schools, rival high schools going at it. I watch.
Just be careful. No matter what.
No
be careful.
kickball tomorrow.
Yeah, no, nothing. And then
What
you have
about-
the Thanksgiving meal.
Yeah, yep.
All
in.
the fixings.
All the fixings, stuffing, cranberry sauce. I love it.
I'll be monitoring all our games going on. There's a bunch of them.
Come on, take
There's a
one
bunch of
day
them.
off. For
No, there's I'm going to the Benchmark in Brooklyn.
Oh,
They got quite the feast.
Nice.
Dad's coming into town,
Oh,
and then we'll head to
excellent.
the Barclays Center for the NIT tip-off. So we'll be watching that. Seton Hall taking part locally in that, and then there's a bunch of other games going on. Xavier in Vegas, St. John's in Orlando, you name it.
Can you promise me that on Friday or Sunday you at least take
That's
some
right.
time and
Holiday
decompress,
weekend,
holiday
folks.
weekend? Give this guy a day off. He's all over the country covering
Now,
Big
Big East
hoops.
Hoops never stops, 24/7, 365. We're back at our normal time next week, Thursday at 3 Eastern Time. He's Jay Alter. I'm John Fancher. From all of us at the Big East Conference, happy Thanksgiving. Have a fantastic holiday weekend, and catch some Big East Hoops after you have your turkey, gravy, and stuffing. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. So long from New York.
Happy Thanksgiving, partner.
It's Crumb.